Yo, what's up? What's up, Pred? Let me turn the lights on. As you can see, Tomsters, what's up, man? How are you guys doing tonight? As you can see, my desk is a mess of Transformers still. Transformers has truly taken over my life. I don't know what we'll even work on tonight. What should we work on? I've pretty much caught up on most of my customs. Tomsters, man, the Transformers are so good. Like, I got some Masterpiece scale. I got some. Let me get some more Transformers out of the way, and I can adjust my camera a little bit better. I got this dude's huge. He's so much bigger than I thought he was going to be. How's that for angle? You can see everything on the table a little bit better, right? Yeah, this dude is massive. I wasn't expecting this guy to be so big. Which I think is cool. I think he's got like limited articulation, so he's kind of like the vintage retro. I got this dude for $10 from Walmart. I always wanted one of these guys, but I kept like skipping out on them because, well, one, I never saw him in stores, and I'm like, he's not someone I'm like dying to have. So when he was $10 at Walmart, the Black Friday sales they were doing, I was like, yeah, why not? And he's awesome for $10. I one other time, him and a bunch of the other like Mega Man characters were on sale for like $10 each, and my order got canceled. Walmart loves doing that to me. Maniac, what's up, man? But let's go ahead and I'm pretty much done. Rhino, you can see the rest of the Rhino parts here. I just got to clear coat them before I probably put them together. And it's been rainy here, so I haven't really had a good opportunity to go outside and clear coat him, unfortunately. This Optimus Prime now? Dude, it's so good. We can finish up the rows here. We can do that, I guess. Oh, the Transformer? Yeah. Which, you want to see the Optimus? Let me put this on screen for people hopping in and out of the stream. They know we're actually doing something here. We'll work on this a little bit. A teensy bit. Where is he? Look at this guy. And he's certain parts are metal. So he's like so sturdy. Plus Optimus is the GOAT, you know, so he's got these arm swords, he's got the cannon. He's got a bunch of accessories. And these things are for, if you buy them direct from Yola Park, they're only $60. That's insane. Inflation has hit them hard, I guess, because if you like buy them off like Amazon and stuff now, they're like, she's like $70 or something crazy, 70, $80, which um is still a pretty good price, all things considered, but what the hell's everyone been? What are you guys up to? I've been redoing my displays and stuff, so I just haven't had a bunch of time to customize, and my display's kind of been all in disarray, and then just in general, just unfortunately not as motivated right now. It happens as a creative though, so. Also, I was curious because on the other red parts on this figure, I did like several layers of red before I went to this color, but with the like whitish gray primer, it looks like we don't have to, so perfect. That'll save us a lot of time. That's one reason why I haven't touched this custom in a while, is because I was so close to being done, but I truly get tired of like weathering and stuff after a while, so I was like dreading having to weather this vest. I've been so if anyone's in my Discord saw that I did my display, then I redid it again, mostly because I realized I didn't have any of my custom guys on my display, and I'm like, well, I want them to be there. So I set that up, and so I set up the other part of the multiversal war that is happening in the Crispyverse that I haven't really talked about, because we haven't really had the opportunity to hang out as much. So there's some exciting stuff going on there. So we can talk about some lore and stuff. Death and Black Hole, how dare you be late? What's up, man? Good to see you. Here, the tiger. Yeah, dude, it's brutal. I'm getting a new tattoo tomorrow, so that's exciting. Off the red brush for now. Let's what should we move to next? Maybe let's work on the purple. So we have Pred's power hungry. He's gonna time you out. What tattoo? It's actually a tattoo of your profile picture, Pred. Oh yeah, I forget Death is has the same powers, so you guys can just power trip together. I feel like I need a fatter brush for this. Maybe I'll use this to get around the eyes and then get a fatter brush in here. Death, you know what we're working on tonight? Do you remember some of these pieces? That should be good. I got the Prowler laying around. I did. Another part is I almost did a live stream tonight. So I don't really have too much to work on, or don't have too much in progress right now. I just haven't had the motivation to start anything. I don't even know what I would start. I guess I could start the Prowler. I want to start a new Craven 2.0. I got a head in the mail the other day, and my friend's gonna paint up for me. That's probably gonna look really good for the Craven, and people are gonna be happy because this time he's white. That's still so funny that my black Craven upset people that bad. But so I got a new Craven, and he's gonna be on a GI Joe. But I'm like building all my customs on 6-inch scale bodies now. GI Joe fodder and such. I just like the like new posability possibilities, and it does take a lot more work, unfortunately. You know, like sanding parts, and the details are much smaller, and I think just in general because of the engineering of that like 6 to 7 inch scale really makes a huge difference. Let me grab my pliers so I can. I did say 6, 7, didn't I? Oops. All right, cool. But what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, just scaling down my customs. So I've been like I mentioned a little bit ago. I don't think you were here yet, Death. So I'll bring it up again. But I set up my display. You know, I redid my display this morning to be like more Spider-Verse focused and include a lot of my customs, and so I was setting up like the multiverse that's happening in my timeline, my Crispyverse, you know. And so that's been fun. I don't think I'm gonna spend as much time making customs for like every character. I think I'm gonna make like the heavy hitters in each each universe, and then just kind of leave it at that. The major players, you know, so like Sinister Six, and then in the new universe I'm working on, the Superior Seven. It's a whole thing. It's gonna be pretty fun. It's gonna be pretty unique. The whole thing is like Doctor Doom, you know, this Sorcerer Supreme, God Emperor Doom, like, you know, the most OP Doctor Doom we could possibly make. He's at the forefront of like all this like apocalyptic nonsense that's destroying our universe. And one thing he does, you know, he pretty much orchestrates behind the scenes. He's pulling the strings to get rid of Peter, because he's like last of the superheroes that have like hung on. Him and like the remaining like Avengers and stuff, you know. And then Miles comes to play, and Doctor Doom's like, "We gotta get this dude out of here." He's like a Nexus being almost, for this universe, and so Doom gets my OC character to pull Miles into this new universe under the guise that like he's coming there to help, like whatever. And so we have the Superior Seven who are Superior Spider-Man and everything. Yes, Superior Spider-Man and then 6 other dudes, um, and so they're initially going to be like, no, we're like good guys, you know, and my OC character is going to be like, you know, we're all good guys. We need you here to help. And it's all going to be like an illusion to get him to that universe so they can like kill him. And so then Miles has to like find his way back to his original universe. He's got to like find his way around the new universe to try to find help, you know, with some familiar friends. And what else was I thinking? It's really hard to paint and focus at the same time. But that was because, you know, the big thing I was struggling with was like, you know, I think Peter and Miles have a brief like relationship, you know, of like mentor mentee, and then that's when Miles gets sucked into this other universe, and I think Miles gets sucked into the other universe before the Sinister 16 happens because, you know, like Miles would never leave Peter if he was facing such a big threat. So he thinks Peter's gonna be fine. He thinks everything's fine and dandy on their universe, and then once they get Miles out of there, all hell breaks loose. And when Miles comes back, you know, Peter's gone, and so he's like always kind of like carries that guilt with him. And I think that's like a big part of like the emotional part of like my Miles. So um and then another big thing is like, so you know, Miles is gets back to this universe, his main universe, and deals with the death of Peter, this and that. And then that's when um the Jackal comes into play. He's been doing clone shenanigans. So then Peter's main villain, or I mean Miles's main villain, is a Peter clone, which I think would add a lot of really unique emotional depth. Um, so that's some of the ideas, and I'm basically like eventually the multiversal stuff will like implode both universes, and they'll start like a new universe somewhere else, just so I can like continue to shrink down my like supporting cast. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a cheap and lazy way to do it, but that's what I'm kind of thinking. All right, the purple's coming out pretty good. I guess we can kind of mess with the purple in the hands because it's not a perfect match. Probably won't be able to tell too much once it dries, but just for the sake of everything matching best we can. Even though I'm just spotty with the purple, so it makes it like worn out clothes would be cool. I also want to play around like the multiverse is kind of cool in that like you can do anything, right? I think of like the Ultimate Comics, the modern one I really like, the you know, the OC, you know, or OG. I mean, Ultimate Comics are all, like fun takes on established characters. So I was thinking like, who do you call it? It's like the custom shocker I made is kind of beefy. So I was thinking like maybe in this other universe he's not like a joke like schmuck and he's like a super soldier like guy. I think that'd be kind of fun to make like the shocker like super serious and like an actual like threat. I kind of want to like take joke characters and make them like OP threats in this other universe. Um, I was thinking of taking like Big Wheel in the Wall, but like making them like these big like mech suits instead. And it came like perfect inspiration as I'm like starting to go down this Transformers rabbit hole. So now I can like combine all my interests in one custom. I got these like real big Super 7 figures I think could work. So I was thinking about doing that. I would like to do Speed Demon and Boomerang. I also want to do some of Miles's like his own villains. I think that would be fun. I know he doesn't have a ton, but he's got some good ones. So I'd like to bring them into play. I know I'm using like a lot of Peter's villains. And I think it makes sense that naturally, like in the beginning, it's like the residual of Peter's life, so he'll face a lot of Peter's villains. And especially if he comes into another universe, like I think that makes sense. So I'm not like too worried about like using a lot of Peter's villains. Because he's just a Spider-Man at the end of the day, and these characters exist because of Spider-Man, right? So yeah, like the Eel and Stilt Man, exactly. Like just like ridiculous like side characters. And just kind of make them like actual like imposing serious threats. I think the dichotomy of it all would be fun, you know? Oh, Webman could be fun. That's true. This came out really good for one coat. Oh. It's not as cool as the armor he had on the other body, but it still looks pretty good, right? What do you guys think? Yeah, I think you're. Oh, actually, that's a good point. I don't know. I don't know if you're right the first time or not. I thought you were, so for what that's worth. Looks ninja-ish. Okay, cool. I think that would kind of like fit better anyway with like some of the other parts. I had. Oh shoot. Let's start touching up some black then. I should probably put these arms on first because I'll probably smear it a little bit when it's heated up, and then I can start touching up the black. Yeah, let's do it like that. My whole desk setup's different too. Well, you guys can't really see from this angle, but also it's funny. I don't know if you guys can relate, but like when you like first set up a new display and you're like you leave and you come home later, you're like, oh god, like let's see how much of it has held up. I came home from work and everything's still standing. The only thing that fell was the Gamerverse Venom. Go ahead here and pop these on. Honestly, didn't check to see if these are compatible. I guess anything is compatible with enough elbow grease, huh? Nice. Yep, that works. Oh no. Damn. Oh no, I'm taking all the paint off. Figured that was gonna happen. I think we should. Oh no, I got oh my god. Yo, what's up, guys? What is up, Space Monkey? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna super glue these down. I just don't really. I think it'd be more annoying if it moved around. It's not gonna hinder any articulation if it's glued. Yeah, we'll glue that down. Touch up some of the red I smeared. I got fingerprints in, and then touch up all the black, and then drill out his arm so we can fit the hands in there. Yeah, nice. Yeah, exactly, Pred. Oh, thanks, Black Hole. Yeah, those troops I spent a lot of time on, and they were really fun. And they were kind of like a fun passion project to do off to the side because the algorithm just hates Star Wars for me for whatever reason. So I just never bothered showing them off or like recording. Just kind of spent time like building those by myself. But it's kind of nice. I was talking to Sides in Discord one time. He was telling me about like I think we were talking about Gundam. I was telling him about how I kind of wanted to get into like building Gundam. It seems fun. And we were talking about how like it's kind of hard to break into the Gundam algorithm and this and that. And I was just kind of telling him like, you know, sometimes I just do stuff for myself, like like the Lego stuff I post on YouTube sometimes because it does surprisingly well on the YouTube algorithm for whatever reason. But I don't post it on any of my other socials because it always bombs. And when I post it like on TikTok and Instagram, so some stuff I do is just like just for me, which is nice, you know. When you start putting like all your business online and all your projects online and stuff, and you start to get that like habit of like, oh, I better make sure the camera's always on. Like it can get old sometimes. So to like have something to myself is kind of nice. Let's touch up some of the red. It's not too much. So we don't need a super. I appreciate Black Hole. Thanks, man. Yeah, I know you like my Star Wars customs. I have a lot of fun with them. You know, I always say in my Star Wars videos that like I wish I could do more Star Wars because before I ever even got into superhero content, I was obsessed with Star Wars. Like that was my first love. I was making Star Wars fan fiction when I was like 8. Like I was obsessed with Star Wars and so like building like OC Star Wars characters and making customs and stuff with like Star Wars was like so fun and I spent a big chunk of time. And honestly, it might have been before I started posting on social media again, like early 2024. I was doing a lot of Star Wars stuff, and it was so fun. I made like a custom Ezra. I made a Mandalorian Luke Skywalker, which I thought was fun. Like, what if um, Luke was raised by Bo-Katan and the Mandalorians instead of going to Tatooine? So he like is trained as like a force sensitive warrior. I thought that was fun. That was a really fun concept, a really, really cool custom, if I do say so myself. Um, yeah, I made an Ezra, which came out so good. A Bo-Katan. I made a Boba Fett. I did make some videos on the Boba Fett and Jango Fett, which was cool. Did decently on some of the algorithms, but um, yeah, I love Star Wars. I definitely wish Star Wars algorithm loved me because I'd spend a lot of time doing that. I definitely go through phases. It's it's basically the phases of like Star Wars or Spider-Man villains. Oh shoot, that's like the two phases I go through. It seems, which I guess there's worse phases to bounce between. So cool. That looks really good, actually. What paints do you use regularly? I use a lot of folk art, nothing special. And then recently I started getting into golden acrylics, and I like these a lot. These are a lot more expensive, but I like those a lot. So that's honestly been my like main recently. No, I'm not actually getting a tattoo of you, Pred. I'm getting my friend designed a tattoo of of a goblin bomb. It's pretty cool. I'll try to send pictures in the Discord, or you can just maybe I'll send pictures of the real tattoo tomorrow night when I get it. I'm still not sure if like Transformers is going to be part of my content. Do a Helldiver. I never really got into Helldivers. Oh yeah, I heard Model Masters paint um got canceled, stopped being made, whatever terminology you want to use. I heard that. I heard a lot of people were disappointed. It seemed like a popular paint. Um, yeah, pumpkin bomb. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty sweet. My friend designed it because it's funny is he had like a Halloween flash, and he had a pumpkin. And I was like, dude, that pumpkin reminds me of like a goblin bomb. And he's like, dude, wait. He's like, that's actually such a good idea. He's like, would you want me to like intentionally design like a goblin bomb tattoo? And I was like, dude, honestly, yeah, like I would love to have a green goblin tattoo. Um, so he designed it for me. It looks so good. I'm really excited to get it done. It's probably gonna be a long one because it's gonna be a color tattoo. It's not gonna be too large. It's gonna be on my forearm. So, but I think that like the color is gonna be time consuming. So, But I'm excited. I think I picked like a low pain spot on my arm, so that'll be good. Although even like this tattoo hurt after a while, just because you're just sitting there for like hours, just getting poked and prodded over and over. Like, yeah, it gets old. But more than anything, it's like annoying more than it is anything else. So I know there's some spots that are really painful though. Like I would love to get hand tattoos one day, but I know they hurt like a mofo. So if you're gonna do custom Transformers, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, dude, I saw. So I always liked Transformers. I had Transformers toys as a kid. I was first Bayverse movie came out when I was. When did that come out? When did the first Bayverse movie come out? 09? I was like prime age. I was like 12, 13. So I loved the Bayverse movies. Like I had all the toys. I actually was digging through my old toy bins recently. Found a lot of my dad's old Transformers and even some of mine from like my childhood. I sold a lot of them when I first moved to Chicago. Um, for like no money, so I kind of wish I held on to them, but I didn't have the space or money, so they'd probably be easy to buy back at this point, but they weren't anything special. But anyway, that has nothing to do with what I was originally talking about. So I recently got real into Transformers again. I can't even tell you what sparked it to this extent. Oh, I think it was finding my dad's G1 Devastator, and I was like, man, Transformers are so cool. And so I just went down the Transformers rabbit hole, and I haven't come up for air yet. I have been absolutely obsessed. So like, excuse me, sorry. I had Chipotle for dinner. I'm burping it all up now. Oh, 07 was the first Bayverse movie. Yeah, so I was 12. Yeah, so I was like perfect. Josie Wales figures was awesome. Byron, Maximum Overdrive? No, I haven't seen that. But if you're saying there's a Green Goblin truck, sounds like I guess I have to see it. I honestly can't remember up to which Bayverse movie I saw. I know I saw the first two. Which one was the first one without Megan Fox? I think that's the first one I missed. Is that the third one? She got booted pretty early on, right? How many Bayverse movies are there? 5? And now they had the Nightverse was Beast Wars and Bumblebee. I know everything past like the first 2, maybe 3 are like not great for the Bayverse movies. At least that's what I heard. Like 4 and 5 are kind of. I think one of them's like super forgettable. Apparently, I guess I wouldn't mind. Jeez, I'm not doing anything this weekend. Maybe I'll do a Transformers marathon. Saturday, just order some junk food and just watch every Bayverse Transformers. I just watched Rise of the Beast for first time. That wasn't bad. I can see how it could be better, but I didn't hate it. Never saw the Bumblebee movie though, which I heard mixed reviews about. Bumblebee's always been my favorite Transformer, and I've never seen a Bumblebee movie. I just started to get real confused as to where a lot of these movies were falling within the timeline. But then it seemed like um it's kind of part of Transformers lore to just never follow any timeline close enough. So maybe I should just roll with it and watch some of these movies. Dark of the Moon. Stephen King directed Maximum Overdrive. I did so much cocaine he doesn't remember a lot. That's awesome. Is this the same customer from? Yes, Skater Boy. So what happened was all the parts I used the last time weren't compatible. Like I put it together and like the arms were falling out of the torso and all this stuff. Like it ain't go to. I don't know when it was like static pose, it was fine. But as soon as I started moving around, like nothing was working right, and so I abandoned it. And then I thought I was just gonna abandon the figure altogether because I was just really bummed out. I really liked like the chest armor that was like on that body. Um, and I was like really bummed that I wasn't gonna be able to use it. Um, but then like I was like, well, I have this body, and if I just put like more straps on there, it'll be similar. Plus the like comic references I've used for Blood Rose, he just has like he kind of gives like Destro vibes, honestly, which is probably why I like it so much. I love Destro. So it didn't have to be anything crazy. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just use this torso. Um, put some extra straps on there, and then just call it a day. And so I did. And this works good. I like this. He's still like fully strapped. He's got a ton of weapons and stuff. So I think this is still fun. And the main difference is just the torso. Doesn't have the chest armor. Everything else is still the same. I'll still able to use these arms. I really want to use these arms too. I just like the idea of like the sleeveless arms as he's like a assassin. Like you're showing that all that skin. It's crazy. He's a madman. Plus, I think I painted the wrist wraps really good, and I wanted to use them. So I think this works good. Ultimately. December 4th, Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Fears. Oh, that's sick. Bumblebee is your favorite movie? Oh, damn. Okay, I'll have to watch it. 86 Rise of Peace, Bumblebee and Rise are not favors to a reboot from the first five. Yeah, Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast is like called the Nightverse. Yeah, I heard that. It's funny. Yeah, Kill Bill is no crazy. Blood Rose is like, I don't think it's super common. It's just the Rose. If you know the Rose, you know Kingpin's son. Uh, very briefly, I would assume in the 80s because he's just like Arsenal to the gills. Just really, like I said, he looks kind of like Destro, so he's just giving like major like 80s or even early 90s vibes. Like Rob Lightfield like vibes. Um, and he's like more like he's like a more ruthless like killer, like assassin type level when he's the Blood Rose. Whereas like generally when he's just the Rose, he's just like another like mob business street guy, like you know Tombstone and Hammerhead, Chameleon, all those guys. So in this universe, of course, I have to go for the kitted out, absolute madman version. It just fits the vibe better. Plus, it looked cool. I was gonna just make a really good suited Rose, but I was like, nah, it's not as fun. I wish she would finally do something with the whole like Transformers GI Joe thing they've been like obviously dying to do forever. Like they teased GI Joe at the end of Rise of Beasts, and like that'd be so fun. So like, do it, please. It just seems like an easy like box office smash. 4+ hour director cut is actually insane. You've been collecting a lot of sideshow figures. I've been on a Transformers kick, a little bit of everything. Like I said, I have some of my dad's like OG G1. I have my dad's OG G1 um Silver Street Devastator combiner, and is it Sludge Death that I have out of the Dinobots? I always forget. And then I got some retro guys. I got some movie guys. I got some Yellow Park. I got a ton of blockies. I've been so addicted to blockies. And then I've picked up some Masterpiece too. So dipping my toes in a little bit of everything. I've been lurking on some different third party stuff. I'd like to try some third party eventually. I just gotta find the right one. Plus, third party isn't cheap. Like Transformers third party is not cheap. So I gotta make sure it's like a good one. There's some really good Bumblebees out there, but they're a little bit larger, and so I don't know if I would love that. I don't know what scale exactly I'm going for. Part of me wants to customize a Bumblebee, so I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get like a larger one to customize, and then just like keep him larger and whatever. And he won't really scale with anything else. He'll just look cool on my display. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what I like, and then just kind of like stick with that. Like, am I gonna go for a certain scale, certain characters? Like, I'm not super familiar with all of the lore of the Transformers. Like, I know the heavy hitters, and then a lot of my knowledge comes from like the Bayverse and stuff. So I want to like dive into it deeper. Um, but like I want to collect more mini bots. I would like to get more like G1 and vintage, retro, reissue, whatever. Just any more G1 stuff. I just like the look and the vibe. Um, they don't pose as well, but then there's some like really good like posable guys that I have. I could show them off too if anyone wants to see my while this guy dries for a couple minutes. If you guys want to see my Transformers, I'll show them off. Because he's pretty much done. Now we just got to put them together. one. Oh, you have G1 Soundwave? That's sick. Oh, yeah, the Pontiac Jazz is so cool. Oh, Ron Perlman Hellboy would be cool. Black Hole, he's got the long neck. Where is he? He's not close to me. I think that's Sludge, right? I definitely think I'm going to get the Yellow Park Bumblebee. I know there's rumors that, or maybe it's been confirmed. I think there's been teases of a AMK Pro Bumblebee, so I might hold out for that, or I'll just get the other one for now. It's literally only $30 on Amazon, and I could build it. And then if an AMK Pro comes out, I can just customize the cheaper one. To just AMK. The biggest difference, if anyone's curious, is paint apps. Oh, excuse me, and die-cast parts. I cannot stop burping up my Chipotle dinner. I'm so sorry. She's looking pretty tight. Snarls, the three-horn. Yeah, that sounds right to me. And yeah, I thought so. I thought like their names do bounce around a lot, right? It's so funny. One thing I've learned, I mean, like it's like it exists in like every everything, right? Like continuity and stuff. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that Transformers does not care about continuity one bit. It is not a priority for them. Nice. Oh, Chipotle? I eat there a lot, admittedly. It's the most like reasonable like fast food by my job that's not like Taco Bell or anything like any of that terrible stuff. It feels like a little I feel a little less guilty in a Chipotle bowl than going to like Taco Bell and there's this pizza spot, Blaze Pizza, stuff like that. Plus Chipotle's easy as a vegan. Nice. Nice. I love Taco Bell. Okay, cool. I think that's looking good so far. I made a mess and I think I got paint on my elbow. I'm very excited for the new Spider-Man. I like talking about their sludge. Okay, cool. Thanks, Codex. Do you collect G.I. Joe? I used to. If I'm confusing in that, like I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna give up this line, then I sell all the toys from that line, and I'm like, well, should I have done that? And then I'll like slowly buy back more. Like G.I. Joe, like I have Snake Eyes was like one of my favorite toys growing up. I have Cobra Commander. I have who else do I have? That's pretty much it. Oh, I have a Quick Kick or whatever. So I just have some of the like coolest GI Joes I remember as a kid. Like I have Dr. Mindbender. I would love to get like a what's his nuts? That changes his face. Why can't I think of his Zartan? I'd love to get like a Zartan. Dude, I would love to get that Serpentor. Like that was one of my favorite toys as a kid. Um, I just oh my goodness. Storm Shadow, like Scarlet Duke, just like the main dudes I would like to get. Dusty. I was always more of a Dusty fan than a Duke fan as a kid, mostly based off of toys. Like all of all of my choices are based off of toys. Which I guess is probably pretty common as a kid. If you're young enough, you don't really fully comprehend the context, and you're just like, oh, this toy looks cool. Like I explain it all the time. That's why Hobgoblin is is my favorite Goblin and one of my favorite Spider-Man villains of all time, and why Carnage is like my second favorite because I just had a really cool Hobgoblin and Carnage when I was a kid. So I was just like, these guys are like obviously the coolest Spider-Man villains of all time. Zartan's your favorite Cobra? Yeah, Zartan's awesome. Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow. Who's Nemesis? Why can't which one is that? Yeah, Codex, I'm in the same spot, man. I've been clearing out like my fodder bin, selling off stuff where I'm like, you know what, I'm just never gonna touch this. And just selling off figures and stuff and just there's a in like the beginning of the year I was buying a lot of figures, a lot of like fodder or like cheap figures, and I'm just like, I'll find a use for this eventually. And then my fodder bin just got so full, and I had so many figures, and I'm like, what am I doing? So I started like telling myself like, okay, I'm gonna stop buying figures with the mindset of like, I'll figure out what to do with this eventually. Like when I start thinking up a customs now, I'm like, okay, let me be intentional and like researching who I want to get, what I think is gonna work best for the custom, and then I will like buy that. You know what I mean? That's how I'm gonna. But right now, I don't really want to. I'm trying to like not buy anything. I think I'm going to uh excuse me, just mostly focus on like what I have and then expanding from there, honestly. Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. Black hole. Oh yeah, that is a lot of codex. I can't even imagine. They were originally going to kill Duke and GI Joe, but yeah, dude. Well, they had some serious balls to kill Optimus. I'm honestly impressed that they did that. We are working on. Sorry, Codex. I didn't answer your question. We're finishing up Blood Rose. He got put on the back burner for a while, mostly because I didn't want to paint the purple parts. I was just over this figure and then the red harness, but it's funny in this old house. Whenever I turn on the heat gun, all the lights start to flicker. Nice, nice. Should I put the? I cut up or I painted up this piece. Should I put this little collar? Maybe I should cut it up a little bit so it fits better. Yeah, I'll cut it up a little bit. I appreciate it, Byron, bro. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, so um I'll definitely keep an eye out, bro. That dude, that click was so satisfying, wasn't it? That was like some ASMR click right there. That was good. That was good stuff. How many customs have I made? Oh boy, a lot. There's customs I made far before I was even doing the whole YouTube thing. Um, then there's all the ones I've made with you guys, like small ones I've made, like off to the side just for myself. Um, Commissions I've made. I'd probably say, hmm, I'll say I probably made like close to 100 customs so far. Probably. Maybe that's too high of a number. I don't know. But that sounds right to me. My phone died, but I'm back. What are we making? Working on Blood Rose, dog. And I'm glad you swung back around once your phone came back to life. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's always cool to see you in the chat. You always hang out here. It's super cool. I the returning members is so fascinating, and no, um maybe not fascinating. I should say, I don't know. Just it's incredible that you guys keep coming back. So thank you all to all the returning and all the newbies. Thank you for clicking on here and then staying. And I hope you become a recurring member of the gang. Mm. I feel you, Codex. How many completely finished, painted, and sold? Jeez, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I truly don't know if I could like a lot, a lot. I'd honestly be curious. I wish there was a way I could like truly like track how many I've made over the years. Okay, cool. That looks cool. That works. I think, right? Putting the collar there. Oh, thanks, Codex. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Those were some of my some really fun ones to make. So I'm glad you liked it. Sorry, sometimes I get distracted and I go nonverbal. I don't mean to do that to you guys. Oh yeah, dude. It's a really cool figure. Ready, Codex? Another click. Oh, nice. How's that look? I might do some dry brushing on the purple too. Just a little bit. Just like lighten it a little bit with some white and then yeah, let me do that real quick. I think that would look good. Let me grab some white paint. And then Red Goblin Rhino Scorpion. I'm gonna be here all day watching. Codex, thanks, man. I appreciate you going to the backlog and checking everything out. I really do, man. That's awesome. As far as your question, Space Monkey, are you saying like what order? What order do I do them in? If so, I do gloss and then matte. I always want my customers to be matte at the end of the day. Unless it's like a symbiote or sometimes even armor, like making it shiny, it just makes more sense. But in general, I go for matte. But I do gloss first because I learned that gloss is basically the strongest, and so it'll protect, you know, with like paint rub or anything like that. So oh, purple fudge. Oh yeah, dry brush on this scarf piece looks real good. Oh fudge! I keep putting the brush in the wrong purple. Appreciate it, Codex. Thanks for hanging out, bro. Hope to see you soon. Oh hell yeah! Glad to hear it. What are you working on, Pyro? Oh my God, you're not Pyro Pred. It's getting late, and I'm out of it. Haven't live streamed in a while. You'll send them to me. Okay, awesome. Don't be offended. I was just, for whatever reason, the first P name came to mind. It just came out. I guess the post dinner Red Bull starting to wear off. The post dinner sugar free Red Bull starting to wear off, and then I'm losing it. Well, that purple, it's probably hard for you guys to see, but that purple dry brush makes such a huge difference. I'm glad I did it. Yeah, Yeah, that looks sick. All right, let's do it on the hands real quick then. You know, that now that I think about it, I don't think I ever finished what I was talking about earlier. When I was talking about custom transformers is, but you know, I've been going down the rabbit hole deep and haven't come up for air. But I have come across so many pages that do like, well, first I came across a page that has like their OC transformer, which I think is so cool because the possibilities are truly endless with a transformer, right? And so I guess it is with any figure, but transformer especially, I don't know, just feels like extra limitless, if that makes sense. But so I saw that, and then there's people that like take different transformers and combine them with each other to make other characters, like just random characters and stuff. And I don't know, I was just like, wow, there's so many possibilities. Like this is opening up a whole new world for me. So I'm excited. I'm excited to like start dipping my toes in that some more. So I want to get some more like figures, maybe some smaller, some of the like cheaper, like what. That's another thing that's confusing as hell is the scaling and size and lines of Transformers by like the Voyager class, I think. Like the smaller, like, where's my Beetle? Or not Beetle, Bumblebee. I'll kind of show off what I'm talking about. The purple's pretty much all done. I'll touch up the black one more time. I want to paint inside of here black since I carved it up. It kind of looks weird with the fist, and you can kind of see a little bit, and it just looks weird. So I want to touch that up, and then the arms, a little bit black came off the arms again. That seems like it's gonna be a trouble spot for whatever reason. Maybe I'll clear coat it once, matte clear coat it once before I touch up the black there again because it just keeps coming off. And then maybe the hands because I was a little messy with the purple paint on the hands. Maybe I should put the legs on there real quick and then start touching up the black. Why in the hell won't this pop in? It's the right legs. What in the fudge? Why is this giving me such a hard time right now? Jeez. Yeah, of course, and then that one just went right in. Duh. I don't think this one's in yet. What the hell is going on? Is this not from the same body? I guess it's not. Is this one on then? Yeah, but it popped right on. Dude, why won't this? I can't catch a break with this damn costume. Okay, jeez. That was so strange. I've never had G.I. Joe legs fight me that hard before. Anyway, so I red dyed these legs. And the happy accident was like, it got this like cool camo pattern. I was just gonna paint over it, but then this happened. I was like, no, this is actually even better. Yo, Joe Mama, what's up, dude? There's just another Australian kit basher in here. You missed it. One of your brethren. Check it out. All the black and red looks so good, and then just a random purple is so funny. These fall down a lot, so I might just super glue these in place because it won't hinder articulation at all. But it'll make me far less mad. Oh, thanks, dude. It's Power Ranger Edge Strain Rubber Armor piece. I took it off because. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, cool. I'll be looking forward to seeing the pictures. You said you were just going to send it to me, right? If you're still even in here. So I realized after the fact that I had these pistols picked out that I was going to put in these holsters, and then they don't fit on Forge. I think I can cut the holsters up to make them fit. I think. But just in case I can't, I'll use the original guns. They're like green, like the typical like G.I. Joe weapon green for whatever reason. So I can rit dye those. It's easier than painting it black, and then, you know, for sure the paint will never rub off. You know, when you're putting it in and out of hands and stuff. So black is honestly looking pretty good everywhere. To see these pistols would have been so cool to fit in there. But they're like too big somewhere. We'll see. This knife goes in here. It's not ideal, but I'm never going to use it, so it's just going to sit here and look cool. Or maybe it doesn't sit in there. I don't know, that's the right knife. I don't think it is. So we'll find the right one eventually, but that's what we're looking at. Oh, let's touch up the black one more time, like I said. Get this out of the way. Let's go around here. Feet. He's gonna have a backpack, so I'm not too worried about his back, but I'll touch it up while I'm back here. Might have to touch up the red a little bit on this vest. This vest really took a beating. The vest and the arms when I was trying to put this back together so many times. Some of these pieces tolerances are a little bit higher than I anticipated. Whatever though. At least I know they're not going to come apart. Right now we're going to paint. Cool. We're in a really good spot. Super glue for the holsters did not work at all. Sick. Love that. Bastards. I think that's going to be a... Let me touch up on the hands real quick before I forget. And then I think that'll be a good stopping point for tonight. I'll let everything dry. And then I'll probably hit it with with one quick matte clear coat in the morning. Let that dry, touch up any paint, and then hit it with a gloss and one more matte, and then it'll be good to go. So I'll probably do that tomorrow morning when I wake up. I'm having my morning coffee. Oh yeah, Joe Mama, you're always buying fodder. I'm sure you know the struggle all too well. Buying fodder and then doesn't fit into the holsters. I think I have the OG guns that came out of these holsters still, so I'll just use those. I think they're like mini like Uzis. I don't know the technical term for all these guns, but so it looks cool, but I want them to have cool pistols. Same with heads, yeah, dude, exactly. Yeah, it is indeed 1 a.m. They just straight up missed this square on this hand. Good job, Hasbro. Don't worry, I'll save the day. This is the original purple of the hand, so a lot of this cover up I'm doing is just like Hasbro just like sucking it up on the paint job on these hands. These are from the Winter Soldier dude, why am I forgetting everyone's name? Baron Zemo. So I just didn't paint that very well. That's all that happened there. 3 p.m. He's on the other side of the world. He's in Aussie. It's annoying me. The super glue for the holsters didn't work at all. How annoying. I think it's because of the way it's contoured. It just completely didn't make any contact whatsoever. Let me try to do it a little bit better. I'm sure for everyone here who's super glued before, sometimes if I super glue too close to the edge, then you'll get that like dried up crusty white residual, and it's like, ugh. Like you can see it's already happening a little bit. So I don't want to go too close to the edge, but it seems like I kind of have to for this application. So just a little drop on each end. And then I feel like if we just go ahead and squeeze here, that will give us far better outcome. It is kind of spilling out a little bit. Let's go ahead and try to. Okay. That seems like it's going to be far sturdier. Let's do it on this side as well. We'll do this one a little bit higher so it's like asymmetrical. It just kind of feels more realistic that one holster's like falling down more than the other. It's like when you have to constantly adjust your pants or your belt or something. Cool. Joe Mama, I know you're super active in the subreddit in the Discord. Have you seen I'm on like a serious Transformers kick now? I want to start trying like kit bash and customize Transformers too. It seems fun. Seems like there's a lot of opportunities there. Very active there. Yeah, you are. I think it's cool. I like that you are. Check out his backpack. I was gonna paint it, but dude, I don't. I might not. Also, I'm gonna give him this gun. I think it looks cool. Excited to see more of my work. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, dude, this black just keeps rubbing off. I don't know if this base body. Sometimes the paint just doesn't want to stick to some of these bodies right away. So, yeah, I'll let everything dry and then I'll do a matte clear coat, come through, touch up the rest of the like little details here and in here. The red and the purple held up really well. I'll go through, touch up any more black on the sleeves, the chest, inside here, and then I'll do metallic hits on a lot of these little parts here and there. And then I will do gloss, matte, call it a day. Maybe double back on some of this other stuff like the weapons here. Kind of cool if I chrome that. The backpack I'd like to work on. He's got some other like pieces here that I might use, like those. I don't really, the pistols aren't going to fit the swords. So yeah, I'll figure out his arsenal and stuff, but his national stream for another hour thing. You got that gun recently? Dude, it's such a unique gun, isn't it? I think it's sick. I don't know if it's a real gun. I don't know a damn thing about guns. But I want to rit dye it black. Because just like G.I. Joe green would kind of look ridiculous with this custom. I also stole these parts. So yeah, I can like paint this black and then chrome out those blades. Yeah, so I got some. I can probably even rit dye that. No, I'll probably just chrome it. These swords are cool, but I don't really have anywhere to put them. So yeah, they're gonna get put on the chopping block. I gotta find the right little knife for that. But that's his arse. That's his loadout right now. I have two of these. I gotta find a second one. I want him to dual wield. I think that would look cool. Because I was originally going to use these, but let me find the mini ones that I can show you real quick. This nice little curved, but with this work in there? No. Fudge. This one fit in there? I don't never use this knife. I might just oh, there he goes. I might just cut one of these and just kind of super glue it in there. Probably. Oh yeah, that's true. I always forget to use like Nerf gun aesthetics. Of course, now I can't find the minigun he uses. Oh yeah, poke holes through. Yeah, I know, it sucks. Hey Jared, what's up, dude? Yeah, Yeah, of course, I can't find the miniguns now that I'm like on camera trying to look for them. Right, that's always the case. But yeah, that was a successful stream. It's been a while. I'm kind of out of my ouch. I'm kind of rusty, so thank you for being patient with me. I hope I wasn't too terrible. Oh, stringer twine, that'd be smart. Also, I thought you left a while ago. I'm glad to see you're still hanging around. Um, what colors do you think will look good on like a generic soldier? I guess like green or any kind of camo probably is like an easy bet. I don't know. Um, you could do like a, like a tan camo if it's like desert, or like a darker green or black if it's like jungle. Yeah, yeah, like Joe Mama said, it definitely depends on the environment ultimately. All right, Byron, I'll see you, bro. I'm about to head off too, so. But yeah, this was super solid stream. Again, like I said, I've been out of the game for a hot second, so I appreciate your patience with me. I was streaming all the time, was getting the hang of it. But this was solid. I'm glad we finally put this guy together. I've been sitting on him for a while and just was kind of being lazy about finishing. So I'm glad going live helped inspire me to finally finish. So yeah, I'll mess with some of these weapons off to the side, do some clear coats and some touch ups. Maybe I'll make a quick video, like a quick short on him once he's all done, so you guys can see. And maybe I can um, start regularly streaming again soon. Now that like my new setup is permanent, and I got all the things set up for me to live stream with my camera, so that would be really cool. So um, yeah, so hopefully we can get back into a routine. But thank you guys for all the support through all of this and my inconsistencies, and thanks for hanging out. So good to see all the familiar faces in the chat, even even at 1 a.m. on a random Thursday. Um, so I appreciate you guys all so much. I just realized my phone's been plugged in, but it hasn't been plugged into the wall. It's just one of those days. It hasn't charged at all. Oh goodness. So yeah. Oh, no worries, black hole. We're about to all fall asleep. um, but yeah, I'm gonna hop off now, or I'll talk endlessly. So guys, I love you all so much. It's so good to hang out again. See you all again. I will keep you in the loop on the going ons, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. But it's been real fun. I'll catch you guys soon. You guys have a great night.